Hi guys, Brian Pedone here of Quiet Punch. This is our Try the Punch series. This is our workouts, video, tutorials, just basically how to use the Quiet Punch as well as just basic boxing skills. In the future we'll have more advanced ones, so a little more advanced technique. But most of this is for beginner people, especially this video. Today we're going to work on the hook, alright, or the number 3. Since we have a jab as number 1, across is number 2, and then a hook is number 3. When I practice this, so again, back to the basic style. Again, if you're right-handed, your stance, left foot in front, right foot in back. I'm going to work on my lead hook, which is the number 3. So practicing on that, and that's again going to be a power shot. Remember, the jab is in its own category, and then every other punch is a power punch. So if you ever watch a boxing event, you always see the categories, and like the punch stats. It's always the jabs and then power punches. So if you're left-handed, your hook, or the number 3, is your lead hook, and that's your right hand. And we'll work on our little rotation there. Let's work on the setup of the hook. I'm going to practice as a right-hander since I am righty. So again, you're in your boxing stance, chin down, hands up, elbows in. We worked on already, the previous videos, we worked on a jab, which is the number 1. Remember that one, we're snapping the punch. The 2, or the cross, remember we're bending the knees a little bit, and we're sitting down on that backhand, and we're crossing it across our body. That's the cross. And now the hook. Hook is a really good punch. This is probably the most, in my opinion, the most deadly of all of them. I think it's the fastest and the most powerful, the lead hook that you can get off. I really do like the hooks. Jeff Lacey was a very important hooker. Mickey Ward had a really great hook to the body. A lot of great fighters have a really good hook. Some of the best. So let's work on this left hook. Floyd Mayweather has a good check hook, which is kind of like checking somebody as they come towards him. So let's practice the hook. Same idea. We're going to work on, again, lowering the level a little bit of your balance. With the left hook, or my lead hook here, the number 3, I'm going to practice my twist, and again, same mechanics. So my hands are a little bit open. They're not open all the way, and they're not tight. Not a tight fist. They're about here. I'm going to turn. I like having my thumb to the side. There's many different schools of thought. A lot of people teach this is the fundamental, thumbs up. Some people like this one. It's your preference. There are pros and cons to both. If you're in a defense here, a thumbs up works really well because it does slip through the guard. The thumb to the side I feel like is a little quicker. So it's a nice little setup. But yeah, I do agree. If you're up very close, I think there's different, depends on the range. If you're very close, I think a thumbs up is great because you can really dig in and get your power. If the hook's a little further away, you go on a quick one and then work on that thumb to the side because it's fast. It's less rotation. Alright, so the setup of the hook. Very difficult to do. I've taught some people and they pick it up immediately. Some people don't. It's no big deal. Depending on how you pick up this particular movement, it's definitely a different movement. So again, I want to lower the stance just a little bit so you practice on lower center of gravity. That way you're not on your toes and you feel a little bit off balance. So you're here, your hands are up, elbows in, your chin is down. We're going to work on, again, you have to work on engaging your hips. Let your body do the work. So a really good practice drill is to kind of get everything loose. I've seen some trainers do this. So basically I'm not worried about throwing hooks yet, I'm just worried about snapping, snapping, snapping with a nice high elbow. So you practice on the movement of it and notice everything stays nice and high. But look what I'm doing, so I'm going to break it down very, very slow. So notice I'm twisting. Again, fingers are kind of soft, not tight fist. There's fist at the end of the punch because I'm snapping my punch. It's almost similar to an elbow. Very close. Some really crafty fighters will do this, especially up close. They'll throw a hook. If they get away with it with the referee, their elbow might come into play. Obviously, MMA, the rules apply. That's fine. You can do that. But in boxing, there are no elbows. So notice it's a very tight movement, and I'm twisting. So again, everything's coming from, and you can work on over-exaggerating, just like you did for the cross. You can work on kind of twisting that foot, and then your heel kind of come up. So you want to practice that motion of snapping, and notice my backhand, boom, stuck to my chin, elbow stuck to my rib. Again with the breathing, short, shallow, just like opposite of yoga. And notice I like to slingshot. It's a slingshotting motion. So, on the Quiet Punch, people have asked this, can you throw hooks, can you throw uppercuts? You can. Obviously, they might be a little bit modified, but think about it, when you hit a heavy bag, it's very rare that you see people kind of get really close to hit that heavy bag. It's not really realistic. Alright, so even on the Quiet Punch here, I like to practice my same motion, because that's the idea. And I might sometimes stand a little bit to the side, so it makes a little more sense. If I'm here, I might stand a little more here, and I'm working on my snap. Again, lowering my center of gravity, and notice the hooking motion, I'm still landing with my 2 big knuckles. because I still get to practice on the snap. That's the beauty of the bag. I'm still getting the same snap, and that's the idea. I don't care what punch you throw, it should be the same reaction. So if somebody's holding mitts for you, if you're hitting, you can listen to the rhythm, almost like music. I'm doing a 1, 2, 3. They play together. There should not be 1, 2, and then whoosh, and a big 3. Everything should play off each other. So again, I'm here, lower my center of gravity. Notice my twist. I'm letting the hip go first. And I make a fist again. I know it's hard to see from this distance, but my fingers are open a little bit, and they close at the end for the punch. And again, I'm focused on hitting with my 2 big knuckles. And notice my other hand is stuck, elbow in. And notice what I'm doing on the bag. Just like I did for my jab, just like I did for my cross. I'm getting the snap on the bag, and then I'm pulling it back out. A good analogy, it's not very good, but if, not that you were, but if you were to stab somebody, you would go in, and you pull out the same way. All right, so you're not going to throw a hook like this and then try and just pull it back here like this. That's not how it went out. If it comes out like this, then it comes back in. Notice my hip pulls it back in. That's how you practice the snap of your punch. And it is a hook because I'm in a hooking motion. My elbow's up, and I'm once again throwing like an elbow. Again, this is giving me really good feedback, so I know if I'm throwing the punch correctly, because I'm going to hear it. It reacts beautifully. Give me 2 more. 1 more. That's how to throw the hook. And if you put them together, we have the 1, 2, 3, which is the 1, the 2, and the 3. So if you're in a nice rhythm, once you get the bag going, notice the snap on it. One more time. Good. So that's the hook with the 3. Again, this is very, very basic. There's a lot of nuances, a lot of stuff we could work on. We could work on looping ones. We can work on the chin tuck down. We could work on check hooks. We can work on setup hooks, which are just not really powerful. We could work on one hook and then another hook by changing the tempo. There's a lot of options there. But today was just the quick basic hook of the number 3. So watch the previous videos. We have the jab video. We have how to throw a cross. And now today we have how to throw the hook, which is the number 3. So by this time, you should be able to do the 1, 2, 3. So thanks for joining in. Again, we're going to have more videos like this for tutorials. And thanks, Brian Pedone.